Hello, everybody, and welcome back for some more short news. Trying to get this thing caught up since I got back from a trip. So, with that being said, let's have some more news. A couple in the villages has scored a significant victory in their quest to make their home safer as the husband battles ALS. ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that affects motor neurons in the brain and spinal cord. ALS leads to muscle weakness, atrophy, and eventually paralysis. James Bishop in the village of Buttonwood has already lost the use of his hands and partial use of his arms. Bishop and his wife Mary, who this month will mark their 54th year of marriage, know that time is not on their side. They have won a special adaptive housing grant to help pay to make their house more accessible. The grant directs them to have an energy evacuation plan from the master bedroom of their home should the main entrance of the front door be blocked. The couple had been working with local company Docks Restoration, which helps develop a plan for a new screen door on the lanai leading to the concrete platform at a 42-inch wide paver walkway, which leads to the street near their home. James Bishop has been fitted for a specialized wheelchair, which will be a key part of the emergency escape plan. In April, the Bishop's application for the emergency exit was denied by the Architectural Review Committee. Undeterred, they worked with James Bishop's physician to complete a disability request for a modification. Last week, their appeal was considered by the Community Development District 8 Board of Supervisors. The board unanimously agreed to grant the Bishop's request. Mary Bishop gave a lot of credit to Docks Restoration, which helped them develop a plan. They have been great, Mary said. She said they know they have a difficult journey ahead, but feel relieved they have gotten this far. I had an uncle that had ALS, and so I know the journey. God bless you both. The son of a couple in the villages has been arrested on suspicion of selling drugs. Charles Scott Strawel, 27, who lives with his parents in the village of Santiago, continues to be held Tuesday on a $26,000 bond following his arrest this past week on felony charge of possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell. The native New Yorker was driving a white 2016 Kia Optima late Thursday night when he was pulled over for running a stop sign, according to the arrest report. Prior to the traffic stop, his vehicle had been spotted at a house known for increased drug activity. During the traffic stop, Strawel appeared to be unsettled, delusioned, nervous, sweating profusely, and fidgety. Officers asked for permission to search the vehicle, but he refused. A canine unit arrived on the scene, and the dog alerted on the vehicle, indicating the likely presence of drugs. A search of the vehicle turned up a locked box which held 90 small yellow plastic baggies. They each contained a substance which tested positive for methamphetamine. Strawel, who was armed with knives and a baton, insisted he was a drug user but not a seller. He began acting hysterically and salivating. He was transported to UF Health Leesburg Hospital for a medical evaluation. Once he was medically cleared, he was booked at the Lake County Jail. A woman was in Sam's Club in Lady Lake on the morning of May 30 when a lady shopper spotted Mitchell urinating in aisle 18, according to the affidavit of probable cause from the Lady Lake Police Department. The woman used her cell phone to take a photo of Mitchell, and she showed the photo to store employees. Sam's Club employees reviewed the surveillance footage, which clearly showed that Mitchell walked up to two pallets facing the shelf, placed both hands in front of him below the belt line, and stood there for several seconds, according to the affidavit, noting it was behavior consistent with urination. Managers inspected the damage to the 188 units of 18-count Vienna sausages and the 345 units of 8-count Spam Classic. They concluded that because the products had been contaminated with bodily fluid, they would need to be thrown out. The merchandise had a total value of $10,584. Mitchell used his Sam's Club membership identification card when he entered the store. A detective from the police department used Mitchell's Sam's Club's ID and matched it with the store surveillance imagery and ultimately Mitchell's photograph on his Florida driver's license. Warrants were issued for Mitchell's arrest. He remains free on a $3,000 bond. An undocumented teen from Guatemala has been arrested on 2 counts of sexual battery after allegedly forcing a child into sex. The Marion County Sheriff's Office was notified Friday of a sexual battery involving 18-year-old Daer Manzan Chalo of Summerfield. Name will be in the picture. The deputy who responded to the incident location spoke with the mother of the juvenile victim. She advised that at 8 p.m. Thursday, she walked into her son's bedroom and saw Chalo standing behind him. Both of their pants and underwear were off. The Chalo was having sexual intercourse with the victim. During a subsequent interview with the boy, who was described in the arrest report as meek and shy, he recalled 2 instances of sexual abuse. He first described Chalo doing adult things to him while they were alone in the bedroom he shared with his mother. Chalo had grabbed him, pulled down his pants and underwear, and bent him over and anally penetrated him. The sexual abuse ended when the juvenile's victim's mother walked into the bedroom and asked Chalo what he was doing. An unknown person came to the residence and drove Chalo away to an unknown location. His mother became sick after seeing the sexual abuse to her son. Another instance of abuse happened in a near identical manner earlier this past month. The boy recalled feeling scared and did not know what to do. When asked about the incident, the boy's mother recalled leaving the dinner table to check on other food in the kitchen. She returned to find her son and Chalo no longer there, which was strange. She decided to go to the boy's bedroom and walked in to see the sexual abuse. Chalo left the residence soon after with some of his belongings. He went in an unknown vehicle to an unknown location. She said she did not know of anywhere that he would have to go, nor having any friends in the area. He also did not have an active phone and used Facebook Messenger to communicate with people. Members of the boy's family speak primarily Spanish, so they could contact their English-speaking pastor who contacted law enforcement. Law enforcement performed multiple database searches for Chalo, who immigrated from Guatemala in 2022, but were unable to find any associated government ID, such as a driver's license, passport, Social Security number. The Department of Homeland Security was also unable to find any immigration information listed for him. However, he did use multiple aliases such as Daer Manzan, Daer Chalo, Daer Chalo Manzan, the report said. The native of Guatemala was ultimately arrested Monday afternoon and charged with 2 counts of sexual battery. The victim over 12 years of age but under 18 years of age. Suspect over 18 years of age. He was transported to Marion County Jail to be held without bond. Oh, Wawa, you're always in the news. A resident of the historic side of the Villages arrested in an attempted burglary at Wawa also threatened harm to a deputy who transported him to jail. Deputies responded to Wawa, located at 13535 U.S. Highway 441, Lady Lake, regarding a suspicious person who was trying to open an exterior locked door around 5:40 a.m. Saturday, according to the arrest report from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. Dispatch advised that the shirtless man, later identified as 44-year-old Ryan Bernie Leclerc, had an object in his hand trying to pick the lock of the outside door as well as using a flashlight. Upon arrival, the deputies immediately found Leclerc standing near the door in question. He was sweating, moving around erratically, and putting things inside a green backpack. He was detained, and one of the deputies noticed 2 hypodermic needles inside the top portion of the backpack. A subsequent search of the backpack revealed a blue cut straw with a white powder substance which tested positive for fentanyl. In one of the needles, there was a clear liquid that also tested positive for fentanyl. The other needles seemed to have been used as a plunger which pushed down with with dried blood on the base of the needle, the report said. Inside a backpack, Leclerc's Florida ID card, which further established the backpack as his, along with the flashlight, magnifying glass, and screwdriver. These were later described by an eyewitness as the objects he was holding earlier, the report said. A deputy spoke with the eyewitness, who is a Wawa employee, who advised that he saw Leclerc jiggling the door handle while holding the objects from the backpack. He believed Leclerc was trying to break into the business. He then saw Leclerc move to the other side of the door and shine the flashlight through the magnifying glass. While still at the scene, the witness pointed out Leclerc as the man he saw. He further advised that the door he was trying to open led to the manager's office, where express permission is needed to enter. Leclerc did not have permission to enter the room. Leclerc was extremely irate, yelled curses and screams. He was subsequently placed under arrest. However, while being put in the back of the patrol car, he voiced suicidal thoughts. Leclerc proceeded to kick, scream, and headbutt the rear portion of the patrol vehicle. I've never understood that, why they want to beat themselves up in the back of a car. Somebody explain that to me. That's got to be a psychological problem. One of the deputies decided to put a hobble restraint around his legs. While en route to the detention center, he stated once he got released, he would find out where that one deputy lived. He also stated, "I got something for you, dog. I got something for you, dog." I love that street language, dog. Hey, bro. You know, let me tell you, if you want to disrespect a cop, don't call him bro, don't call him man, and don't call him dog. He's not your buddy. He's going to arrest you. Leclerc also called the deputy an idiot, a scumbag, and various profanities. He stated, "One of these days I'm going to run into you. I'm going to find you." The deputy asked if he was threatening him, in which he replied, "You take it how you want to, bro." He continued to be verbally abusive and hit his head against the partition, creating a red raised bump on his forehead. The Vermont native was charged with the burglary of a structure, attempted possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of burglary tools, and threat to law enforcement officer. He was transported to Sumter County Detention Center. Bond will be set at $13,000. Leclerc was also arrested in October 2023 for stealing a GPS watch at a golf cart store in the Villages. In July 2023 for shoplifting a sandwich and dental floss from Publix in October 2022 with fentanyl at the Spanish Springs Town Square. In November 2021 for allegedly prowling with a flashlight in the Villages. I gotta tell you, it's a good thing these guys are just so high on drugs, so wiped out on drugs that they're just downright stupid. Dude, if you're watching this, and I hope you are, you paint your identification on your face so anybody can pick you out of a crowd. Wise up. Okay, how about a couple of letters to the editor, and then that's going to be it for this short news. To the editor, it's getting to be frightening walking on the multimodal paths. I have been a regular walker on the multimodal path for the past several years. It seems the golf carts and now all the electric bicycles are going faster and faster and have less and less respect for the walkers. Please slow down. Someone is going to get hurt. That's sent in by Mary Nelson, the village of Santiago. Mary, I have done video about that many times. I have set cameras up on the multimodal paths. I have tried to stop Sue from walking on the what they call multimodal paths. Technically, they're golf cart trails. That's what they were intended to be. And then somebody started changing the names of stuff, and it's gotten crazy. And I predicted way back then, making these multimodal paths is going to be a problem. And it's considered to be a problem today and getting worse as the population grows. I just say don't walk on them. And here's going to be a hard fact, hard truth, and you're not going to like it, but I'm just going to say it anyway, because that's who I am. There's really no need for you to walk on the multimodal path. Be honest about it. There really isn't. Most walkers want to walk anywhere from, say, 1 to 3 miles, and that's it. Mile and a half out, mile and a half back, your 3 miles are in, you're done. You don't need to do that on a multimodal path. You can do that probably in your neighborhood. I've tried to get Sue to do that. I know it gets boring. But listen, here's my reasoning to this. In every neighborhood of 600 to 1,000 homes in every neighborhood, There's roads that go in, and then they have streets that cross each other, and they go in and out of a different section of that neighborhood to another neighborhood. You can probably get your 2 to 3 miles in just walking in your neighborhood on your own familiar streets. The people that drive on them streets, most of them live in your neighborhood. You probably know them. They know you. They're going to have more respect for you out there walking in your own neighborhood streets than on a multimodal path with some guy that's been drinking somewhere, probably at a country club, heading home, or somebody that's just left the bar down at the square and he's heading home, and you're on the multimodal path. They're not paying attention. Half of them are running around in their golf carts. Either they're half drunk, on pharmaceuticals, not paying attention. They're on their cell phone. People are on their cell phone, it seems like 24 hours a day, like it's an addiction. They know they're not supposed to. They know it's against the law, but it makes no difference if you get hit by a golf cart, does it? You're still hurt. You still got a broken leg. You're still going to the hospital. It doesn't make any difference who broke what law. So I just simply say, stay off the golf cart trail walking. Not that you ain't got a right to do it. You do have a right to do it. I'm not saying that. Somebody will misinterpret what I'm saying. I guarantee it. I'm saying for safety facts, for your safety, I'm saying walk your mile to 2 miles in your neighborhood. You know those people, and they'll respect you. My opinion. To the editor, the provocative and cruel headline posed a question. Is it time to raise the retirement age for Social Security? One wonders if this question is for roofers, brick masons, carpenters, cashiers, or for people in desk jobs who can set their own schedule in an air-conditioned office. The proposal to raise the retirement age to 69 or 70 is a lifetime benefit cut that would harm low-income seniors the most. No, we most definitely should not raise the retirement eligibility age for Social Security benefits. We should let working people enjoy the retirement they have earned. Not to mention, people in physically demanding jobs cannot always work in their late 60s. Repetitive strain injuries can disable a worker for life. Raising the age also would be especially unfair since life expectancy for vulnerable groups in the United States is in decline. Social Security is not a handout. Working people have paid into Social Security all their lives, and we shouldn't have to wait even longer to collect on our benefits. A better question asked is, how do we increase funding for the Social Security system? The answer is easy. Raise the wage cap on the payroll tax to make the wealthy pay their fair share. That's sent in by Mary Savage from Ocala. Okay, that's going to be the news, short news for this one. And I'll see you on the next one. So, like always, beware, stay safe, stay alert, take care of your health, be aware,
and don't leave that key in that golf cart.